The subtle words men use when love is real. Women miss this because most people have been trained to look for love in dramatic places, loud emotions, constant texting, exaggerated compliments, and cinematic gestures. But masculine love does not live there. Masculine love lives in quiet consistency, in small phrases, in steady presence, and in actions that do not demand applause. Real love from a man rarely sounds poetic. It sounds practical, it sounds grounded, it sounds simple, and that is why it is misunderstood, because society teaches women to listen for romance, while men speak in responsibility. From childhood, men are taught to suppress emotion, to solve problems, to endure discomfort, and to carry weight silently. They are praised for strength, not vulnerability, rewarded for achievement, not expression. So when a man finally falls in love, he does not suddenly become emotionally fluent. He brings the same survival language into intimacy. His heart opens, but his mouth stays disciplined. So instead of saying, "I adore you" endlessly, he says, "Did you eat today?" Instead of saying, "You mean everything to me," he says, "Text me when you get home." Instead of saying, "I cannot imagine life without you," he says, "Let me handle it." These phrases sound ordinary, but psychologically, they are profound. They reveal protection, instincts, attachment, bonding, and emotional investment. They are subconscious signals that his nervous system has registered you as important. When a man asks if you made it home safely, he is not making conversation. He is checking on something he feels responsible for. When he offers to help without being asked, he is expressing care through usefulness. When he remembers small details, he is organizing you into priority memory. And men do not do that casually. When a man truly loves you, his language changes quietly. He begins to include you in his future without announcing it. He starts using we instead of I. He casually references next month, next year, upcoming plans. He asks your opinion on decisions that affect his life, not because he needs permission, but because your perspective now matters to him. This is emotional integration, and it happens before verbal commitment. Men do not fall in love through words. They fall in love through experience, through shared silence, through emotional safety, through mutual respect. And once that bond forms, their behavior shifts. They become more grounded, more protective, more consistent, and women often miss this transition because it does not come with fireworks. It comes with stability, and stability feels invisible to people who are addicted to emotional highs. Modern dating culture has trained many women to confuse excitement with love, unpredictability with passion, and chaos with chemistry. But chemistry is not attachment, excitement is not security, and emotional spikes are not intimacy. Real love feels calm, it feels steady, it feels safe. And for people who grew up around instability, calm can feel boring. But boring is peace, and peace is what love actually feels like. A man in love becomes careful with his words, not because he feels nothing, but because he feels something real. He understands that words carry responsibility. He does not want to promise what he cannot sustain, so instead of dramatic declarations, he offers consistency. He shows up when things are inconvenient. He stays present when emotions are messy. He does not disappear when conflict arises. And this quiet reliability is one of the deepest forms of masculine devotion. One of the strongest phrases a man uses when love is real is "I got you." This is not slang, this is a vow in male language. It means I am here, I will support you, I will protect your emotional space. I will not abandon you. When it becomes difficult, another powerful phrase is "we will figure it out." This signals shared burden. Your problems are now part of his world. He has emotionally adopted your struggles. Men bond through usefulness and contribution. So when a man consistently tries to make your life easier, solves problems, offers rides, fixes things, or checks on your stress levels, this is not control, this is attachment. This is how he expresses care. This is how he feels connected. And when he does these things without expecting praise or recognition, that is real love. Another subtle sign is when he listens even when he does not fully understand. Men are not natural emotional processors. But a man who loves you will sit through conversations he cannot solve simply because your voice matters to him. He may not have perfect responses, but his presence is his emotional offering. Men also reveal vulnerability indirectly. They rarely announce emotional wounds, but they leak them through casual comments. Sometimes I feel behind in life. I just want peace one day. I wish things were simpler. These statements are emotional disclosures. They are his inner world slipping through the cracks, and a woman who listens deeply will hear his heart beneath the words. Real masculine love often shows up through silence, not emotional absence, but comfortable quiet, when a man can sit with you without needing distraction, without needing validation, without needing to perform. That is nervous system alignment. That is safety. That is connection. Many women misinterpret emotional restraint as lack of interest, but restraint often signals depth. Emotionally immature men overshare. Emotionally mature men contain. And men who truly care become protective of their feelings, because they understand emotional responsibility. They do not want to expose what they cannot defend. Men also test emotional safety. Before committing, they observe how you handle conflict, how you speak about others, how you react to boundaries, how you respond to stress. They are silently measuring whether you are safe to open up to. And once they decide that you are something, internal locks in, and their loyalty becomes quiet but powerful. This is why men rarely fall in love instantly. They take time, they watch patterns, they study character. And when they attach deeply and seriously. A man who loves you will notice when you go quiet. He will ask, "Are you okay?" and wait for the answer. He will remember important dates. He will defend you in subtle ways. He will adjust his schedule to make space for you. He will check in without being asked. And none of this comes with dramatic speeches. This is why so many women realize too late that the quiet man who stayed consistent, supported them, and showed up was actually deeply in love, while the loud, emotional one was simply chasing validation. Real masculine love does not perform, it anchors. It does not chase chaos, it creates stability. It does not demand attention, it offers presence. Men also express love through planning. When a man starts talking about improving his finances, his career, his health, this is not selfish ambition. This is attachment biology. He wants to become stronger because now there is something meaningful to protect. He is preparing himself for responsibility, even if he never says it out loud. A man in love begins to think long-term. He becomes future-oriented. He imagines scenarios with you in them. And this shows up in small comments like "one day we should" or later on "we could." These are emotional investments disguised as casual conversation. Women often miss these signals because they are waiting for explicit verbal affirmation, but men often communicate attachment through action before language. And if you only listen for romantic phrases, you will overlook real devotion happening right in front of you. Love in men is not flashy, it is steady, it is grounded, it is built on respect. And when a man respects you, he protects your dignity. He does not speak badly about you to others, he honors your boundaries, he listens when you express discomfort, and he adjusts his behavior accordingly. Respect is the foundation of masculine attachment. Without respect there is attraction, without respect there is desire. But when respect is present, love can grow, and once it grows it becomes loyalty. Another subtle phrase men use when love is real is "take your time." This means he is not rushing you emotionally. He is giving you space to be yourself. He is allowing the connection to develop naturally. He is not trying to force outcomes. He may also say things like "I just want you to be okay," or "your peace matters to me." These statements reveal emotional prioritization. Your well-being has become important to him. Men also show love through consistency, returning calls, keeping promises, being on time. Following through these behaviors may seem basic, but they require emotional investment. Consistency is effort, and effort reveals attachment. A man who does not care will disappear when things become inconvenient. A man who loves you will stay present even when it costs him comfort. Love in men often looks boring from the outside because it lacks drama, but inside it is deep-rooted, stable, and serious. And this is the tragedy of modern relationships. People are chasing sparks, while ignoring foundations. They are addicted to emotional chaos, while overlooking emotional safety. Real love is not intense, it is intentional. Real love does not overwhelm, it supports. Real love does not confuse, it clarifies. Real love does not destabilize, it grounds. If you are a man listening, understand this: your way of loving is valid, your silence, your loyalty, your consistency, your problem solving, your presence. These are not flaws, they are strengths. You do not need to become louder to be worthy. And if you are a woman listening, learn to listen differently. Listen for effort, listen for stability, listen for protection, listen for presence, listen for consistency. Because real love rarely shouts, it whispers. It lives in small phrases, in quiet actions, in steady routines, and in a man who stays even when there is nothing exciting happening. Real love does not beg to be seen, it waits to be understood.